located. This is the new Broward County Jail. Yep, you can stay here for absolutely free. Just don't get in trouble on this boat, please, because I don't want to have to send you over there. Hey, you see this guy, these yachts here? These guys probably pull up, turn themselves in. They can keep an eye on their boat while they're in jail. Actually, I'll tell you something. If you look on the very end over here on the left side, you're going to see some little slotted windows. That's exactly where the prisoners are. Yep. You know how I know that? Not telling. Yeah, no, that's a secret. Never got to visit the inside. Historic downtowner right here. Bring in your receipt from Jungle Queen Cruises. You'll get 10% off of your food ticket over there. Hey, remember, you gotta wave. Those people need exercise over there. Otherwise, they will be in trouble. So as we pass under here, another great spot to come. This whole area on the right side is called River Walk. Right over here is the historic Bryony, if you want to come down. Well, they're probably going to start getting ready for St. Patrick's Day any day now. It's going to get kind of crazy down here. Probably try to make this river green, that I'll tell you. But this whole area is called River Walk. You can rent a bicycle, rent a Segway, cruise along here. This morning, earlier when we came through, the Humane Society, the ASPC, was running a special. Not a special, but they had an event out there with all the dogs and an adoption program. Let me point out this bridge dead ahead. Looks like it needs a giant can of WD-40. This is the FEC Railroad Bridge, Florida East Coast Railroad. All right, you see that clock on the front right side? If a train were to be coming down here, you'd hear a siren go off. You'd see that clock would go to 6 minutes. It would count backwards down to double zeros. Once it got down to double zeros, if you were underneath this bridge, you would be in a lot of trouble. There's nobody here to stop this. This is actually run from up north, not locally. All right, and if you look on the right side, you should see some iguanas out there as well. You know, my bet is we just missed a train. You know how I know a train just went by? Anybody know? Left its tracks. Come on, that wasn't bad. A little slow over here, they got it. It took some time to travel over, I got it. Hey, Pirates Republic, another fun place to eat on the river. If you look around, you're going to see iguanas left and right. It is high into manatee season. You will see manatees today, that I can promise you. Sometime along the day, you'll see them pop up. They come up, take some air, they go down for 6 minutes. Right side over here, historic downtown Fort Lauderdale. The Ivy Stranahan School is over here. That was preserved. These are for rental if you want to have a wedding or whatever, any type of party, come down and rent this out. Dead ahead of us is the Performing Arts Center. Performing Arts Center right there, funded by Wayne Huizenga. His wife actually has a restaurant here now, the Huizenga Plaza. It's only open a couple days a week. I had an opportunity to go eat there. Really not expensive, fun place to go, 5-star chef, great food. Right side, if you're down here with children and visiting, that's our IMAX 3D theater right there in our Children's Museum. Worth going to, really a lot of fun. Check it out and see what's going on. See the golden arches up there? That is also winds that clock. There's a red ball that winds through there. I'd hate to be the guy that carries that back up to the top, I'll tell you. So we're going to come up. We went through the 3rd Avenue Bridge. We went through Andrews Avenue Bridge. Right here is the 7th Avenue Bridge. We call this the Confused Bridge. The left side is 7th Avenue. The right side is 4th Avenue. I have no idea why they did that. The 2 avenues in between do not exist. Oh, what's that? Did I see a manatee over there? Manatee. Hey, manatee on the right side. Anybody want to see it? Want to see it? Everybody see it? Right there on the sign, that's what they look like. You see it on the right side? Sorry. Yeah, everybody wants to know what they look like. They look like a little speed bump out there, you know, they look like a little brown speed bump. This water is actually pretty clean, believe it or not. You can see down along the seawall, 3 feet, you'll be able to see them. They swim pretty close to the surface. All right. Yeah, that's an important, that's a condo. That actually used to be a marina over there. Then the Florida Bird came, the construction crane. Boom, toss that up. This actually used to go over to the next bridge on the right side. It was all water all the way back. So this is where the city docks, more city dockage starts. The further up the river you go, the less expensive it gets, okay? So the fee up here from $4 back there drops down to $2.50, $3 in this area. All right, so the price does come down a little bit. You pay for your electric and your water. This area, as we pass under the bridge on the right side, is called Cooley's Landing. Named after the Coolies. I'll get into that maybe a little bit later, tell you some history on Mr. Cooley and his family. Anyway, as we come through, you're going to see this is public docks, also a public, you can put your boat in here, public launching area, if you might say. Anybody know what a grand launching is? Anybody ever see a grand launching? We get to see this 3 or 4 times a year. It's one of my favorite events ever. If you look over here on the ramp, it looks kind of, as the tide goes down, it gets a little slimy, algae is built up there. So the guy comes down, the wife, the kids, a couple of friends. He's got a brand new boat, brand new trailer, brand new truck. And somebody knows where I'm going on this. Backs up to the edge, hits the brakes, and he doesn't stop. Everything goes in, the cooler chest, the boat, the trailer, the truck. We call that a grand launching. We're lucky enough to see that 3 or 4 times a year, believe it or not. I love to see it. I think it's a great event. Anyway, yeah, usually the wife hasn't even come up. The guy's screaming, hey, my truck, my boat. Yeah, why don't you look for your wife? Okay, everybody like trains? Anybody play with trains as a kid? As we come up around the corner on the right side after Toucan, right here, you're going to see 2 beautiful, well-kept, well-maintained yachts. They are just glorious. One is called Devil's Triangle, the other one is called the Contessa. And if you look in the right side over here, just as we come past the trees, you are going to see a caboose. See that red caboose back there? This gentleman's very interesting. He's actually a writer. He wrote Devil's Triangle. He wrote that book, and he bought that caboose because the city came to him and said, listen, you guys need to put storm windows in your house, otherwise if a storm comes along, you will be in trouble. Well, he told the city, I am not going to do that. I have no interest. I'm just going to buy myself a caboose. If a hurricane comes along, I am just going to sit in there and watch my house blow away. Look, huge iguana right there. See it on the right? See that big red one? Orange? That's a male iguana. Anyway, I apologize. I am not allowed to use the word hurricane. I forgot. That is not allowed down here. We just have high winds of 250 miles per hour. Kind of like California has great movement inland. They don't have earthquakes, right? They just have that. So as we come up to here, there's a fork in the road. We could either go North Fork or South Fork. And I gotta be really careful the way I pronounce that, being a New Yorker. Sometimes it doesn't come out right. Anyway, if we went north, we'd end up in the Everglades. We wouldn't be able to turn around. We'd spend the night up there, and we'd have alligator buddies all over us. So we're not going that way. We're gonna head south. Give you a little history. Right over here used to be a fort. During the second, and I just learned this, I think it's pretty interesting, during the Second Indian War, to protect the river going up and down, to keep the Indians from coming back down and into the beach area down there, where a lot of commerce went on. Let me point this out over here on the right side. This house is called Little Florida. Little Florida. See it over here? That pool in the center is exactly where Lake Okeechobee would be. Jacksonville, Daytona Beach right here on the right side, coming down into Palm Beach, coming down into Fort Lauderdale. This is a natural river, and this is a natural piece of property right here. Nobody did anything. They found it, they put up the retaining wall, and off they went. Oh, let's see what this guy's going to do. There you go. Anyway, we're going to swing around right here. We'd be over the Florida Keys. To the left of us would be the Florida Straits. Way down 90 miles offshore would be Cuba, if this was truly Florida, as we swing into the Gulf. Look over here to the left. You see anything interesting on that house? Yeah, he's got a garage. So I was up here one day, stopped off, checked him out, said, hey buddy, how come you've got a garage on the river? I don't want my boat to get wet. It's in the water. He's a little bit eccentric, I will say as well. Hey, how about this house on the left side? This thing just sold. It was for sale for $4.7 million. Just sold for about $2.5. Beautiful $3 million Lazara. That Zodiac there sells for about $60,000. That speedboat probably $150,000. I have no idea who this guy is, but I bet he's got a steady job. Yep. Hey, you guys want to learn something today? Want to learn a little something? I'll teach you a little something. Over here on the left side, you see this hut? You're going to see another one on the right side. People come down here and they say, oh, look, a tiki hut. No, not a tiki hut. Those are not tiki huts. Those are cheeky huts. Seminole Indians have developed that. They made them. They come down here. They'll make them for you. Ladies, if your husband makes it at home, it is called a cheapy hut. Cheapy hut. Let me try that again. Cheapy hut. Anyway, left side, a true Florida room. See this right here? It's got 6 arches, 4 faces, 2 on each side. Push a button, the doors come down from the inside, they roll down, air conditioner goes on, you can open those doors, you get an additional room, gets warm out, you lift it up, and you've got an extra room to the outside. Not bad, huh? Okay, Al Capone. Anybody remember that name? Al Capone from way back when? Right behind these 2 beautiful blue yachts right here, you're going to see a 2-story white house. 2-story white house. That was actually Al Capone's speakeasy and casino. It's about to come into view back in there. There it is. Al Capone never got in any trouble for gambling or selling liquor. As you recall from the story, Al Capone was arrested for tax evasion. While I'm on that, I want to remind everybody, April 15th is around the corner. Don't forget to do your taxes. But they used to pull right up here. His best customer was the local constable. Never got arrested, never had any problems up there, which was pretty interesting. Everybody says, hey, Alan, I heard that Al Capone had a private island down in Miami. Truth is, he did live on an island. When he moved on the island, there were 7 other houses. Everybody else moved off. He had a private island. I'm going to point out this house on the left side coming up with the blue roof, kind of interesting. I don't know why people would need 2 pools, all right? But he's got a beautiful free form on the left side here, free form rock form pool out here on the inside, right? You see that? Right there. Then as we slide up here, you look through the doors right here. Through the doors, you can see the second pool on the inside of the house over there. I guess that's in case it rains and he doesn't want to get wet if he's in the pool, right? Yeah. This area right here is called the Wiggles. The Wiggles. It takes a lot to navigate up through here, depending on what the current is, 6-7 knots, either moving with you or against you, depending on the wind. Could get rather tricky, so you do want to be kind of careful up in here. Got a yacht over 150 feet long. Insurance companies aren't going to have you have it towed down so you can navigate through here. Let me go back to the 2-pool thing. It's kind of competitive. Friend buys a big boat, you get a big boat. Your friend puts in 2 pools, the other guy puts in 2 pools. Look over here on the right side. One circular, in case you're having that roundabout type of day. The other one is straight up and down, in case that's the way your day is going. Small little house, 2 pools, I don't get it. I want to say it's a competitive thing with the other house back there. Hey, over here on the left side, a grow house. No, not a grow house, sorry. That is a hothouse for orchids. Prize orchids are in there, seriously. I like to throw that in, but during the summer they have the doors down on the side, and you can look in there. The guy's got award-winning orchids. They're absolutely stunning. Every single one of them sells them for a lot of money. Left side, River Reach, a private island. Yes, a private island right here in Fort Lauderdale. It's about 10 minutes away from downtown. The only way to access it is from a bridge on the other side or by boat. Lovely thing. Christmas Eve, December 24th, we're rolling up here. Everybody's out here singing Christmas carols. It's a beautiful thing. We've been doing this since 1935. They love when the boat comes up. We've got it all lit up, dressed up for the holidays. They'll be out there caroling to us, which is absolutely a lot of fun. The other thing is that this is a great value. You can probably get a place in there, 1 bedroom on the far side, inside looking out over the parking lot and the dumpster for around 140. As you move out here, 300,000 or 400,000 for a 2 or 3 bedroom apartment, closer to the river with a different view, of course. But still, the key is you're living on an island in the center of Fort Lauderdale. You can't beat that, folks. All right, here comes another bridge, believe it or not. This is the Davy Bridge. Davy Bridge. If you drove to this bridge from where we got on the boat, take you about 10 to 12 minutes. Right now, let's see, we left at 1:30. We're about 40 minutes up into our drive. That's what it took us up the river. While we're waiting on the bridge, look to the left. See this canal right here? Straight down, it is a perfect rectangle. Way back in the day, you're gonna see these on the left side. They used to give property away for free up here. No charge, free. How could they get people to live in Fort Lauderdale? Up at the river, up the river. Nobody wanted to live out here. Everybody wanted to be closer to the ocean. So what did they do? They gave the property away for free. You had to pay tax on that property, and you had to build a house on that property. Not bad, not a bad deal, huh? That was not bad. So as we go up, you're gonna see a lot of canals. Also, the developers decided if they made the canals, they could put more houses out there and sell more homes. So, pretty interesting. Kuntahatchee Park right here. Usually there's a couple of people on the right side fishing in the water here, trying to catch dinner for the evening or just for sport fishing. So we're gonna lay up here. I see a boat coming down. What we do is we monitor 2 radio stations, Channel 9 and Channel 16, all the traffic coming up and down. Captain Chris upstairs will speak to the traffic coming down the river as we're heading up, and we will make passing arrangements to make sure that we all could do this in a safe manner. This way nobody gets hurt, we have no collisions, and everybody is happy. Yep, this guy's gonna pass on through, and we're gonna head up the river a little bit more. We're about 15 minutes away from our final destination. Tell you a little bit about that. We've got an aisle up there. Alligator show will be going on. I'll tell you a little bit more about that as we get further up. We've got monkeys, we've got owls, we've got a orchid garden, we've got lemurs. You're gonna love it, it's gonna be a great time, and we've got a great snack bar up there. Let me set this up for you in a second. On the right side, as we pass under the bridge, you are going to see a house on the right that you cannot see in the windows. They put in one-way windows. At nighttime when the lights are on, you can't see in, but during the day it's supposed to reflect the sun, and you cannot see in. What you are going to see is the reflection. Oh, excuse me. What you are going to see is the reflection of the furniture out here. But I will tell you an interesting story. When they did the renovation on this house, they put those windows in backwards. It was an interesting trip for about 2 weeks. Those people really needed some bathrobes. You see, you cannot see it. It's better this way, trust me. Anyway, coming around. This is one of my 3 favorite homes right here on the river. If you look to the right side, this guy is in, the yacht's in the way, hang on, wait for it. There you go. Right there, built around his boats. If you look through, he's got a second house, but he's got a nice little dot spot right here, nice and safe. Hey, anybody here from Jersey? Who cares? No, just kidding. Look over here, Pittman, New Jersey. Barber from Pittman, New Jersey, son of a barber. You can do anything on the river. You can get your boat work done, you can go get something to eat, and you can get a haircut. Yes, it was my day off. I did come up here, I got a little trim. And all I had to do is pay that gentleman with a pint of rum. Here's the key. You need to be the first person up here in the morning. Hey, right here on the right side, orange tree, avocado tree, another tree, and a buoy tree. See that buoy tree right there on the right? Those buoys look nice and ripe, a little bit too chewy for me. Oh, here's my buddy the alligator on the left side. Also, see an alligator's gonna be right here on the corner. The reason they put that out is to keep the ducks off, otherwise the grass gets green and slippery. So they keep the alligators off of the property. So, once again, I'll tell you, as you look down these channels on the left, they are perfect rectangles. They're perfect rectangles. These were also built back in the day when they're giving away the property. They figured that more. Oh, here we go. Here we go. There's Mozart. Check it out on the left side. Up, what do we? Go. We got to really give. Hey, that's a friend of our boat. Mozart's been out here for years. He jumps over that fence, retrieves his ball. It's really a great. Hey, not bad. You get a dog show, you get a river ride, you're going to get an alligator show, and you get all this for the afternoon. Not bad. So, coming up, I told you I had some favorite houses and some really good stories. So that first house back there was one of my favorites. This next house I really do like for my own personal reason. There was a wedding out here actually last week also. I don't know if they leased it out or one of the family members, but they've got their cheeky hut. They've got a nice layout right here. My favorite part, if you look to the right down this little canal right here, you're going to see another house. That's the mother-in-law suite. I would kill to have one of those. Actually, I like my mother-in-law. I do. It's her daughter I'm not crazy about. Anyway, look right here on the right side. See this mast on the right side? That is off the sailing ship Intrepid. The sailing ship Intrepid won the America's Cup 2 years in a row. Next one, ladies, great story. See this beautiful home that's about to come into view behind the coconuts? This gentleman took his wife out for their 25th wedding anniversary. He took her around town. They were heading out. They pulled back into the driveway, and she said, "Honey, who are we visiting?" He said, "No one. I built this home for you." He got cufflinks. Ladies think that's a great deal, right? He got cufflinks, she got the house. Unbelievable. So I'm going to set up this next one for you. Coming up on the next channel on the left side, you are going to see a plain boat. Not just like ordinary, but plain boat. All right, it's going to be on the left side. This was owned by Howard Hughes. It was made into a boat a couple years back. They moved it up here. You can Google it. It's called the Cosmic Muffin. I like to set it up because it actually is down the canal, about 8 boats, and it takes some time to really focus in and check it out. So if you look to the left, right about now, see it? You can see the nose of the plane right down there. Jimmy Buffett actually sang a song about it. You can Google that, and you can Google Cosmic Muffin and be able to get all the info. I did that a few weeks ago. It's actually very plush on the inside. It's really pretty nice, and they do give tours on there. Here's a tow down. Actually, you guys are getting a little treat here. This is what we call a tow down. It runs about $2,500 or so to have that yacht yanked back down the river. Insurance companies like when you do that. They don't want to trust the captains all the time. The other reason is you put a ding in a yacht like this, $700,000 to fix it. You're not just going to bang that out. You got to get it fixed. Got to repaint the boat. The whole side's got to match. Otherwise, everybody gets a little bit nutty. So this is called the pull down. You're going to see usually a tugboat. Let's see, should be another one on the back, and I'll be blowing them down. Meanwhile, this yacht right here to the left is up here getting maintenance done. Yeah, there's a second tow on the back of that right there. See that? Way, yeah. They need their exercise. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, this is Lauderdale Marine Center, LMC. Everybody or anybody brings their yachts up here. You got to pull it out once a year, have the hulls checked, make sure everything is good. If you look as we come up, you're going to see a tented yacht over on the left side. Just a minute, you're going to see another yacht on the corner here. And then if you look to the left, you're going to see this tented yacht in there. That yacht is probably having the hull scraped down, repainted. You don't want the paint to get on somebody else's boat because that'll cost you a lot more money. I'll tell you from my experience that guy's in for $700,000 to $1 million under that tent. Have it painted, have the hull taken care of, it's air conditioned in there. They're probably redoing the upholstery inside and everything else. $700,000 to $1 million under that yacht worth of work. I'll tell you some notables that have been up here. Jeff Gordon had his yacht up here, 24 carat, a couple weeks ago. We got to see that. Judge Judy had her yacht up here. Didn't know you could get a yacht, 140-footer, doing a TV show like that. Tell you, Tiger Woods had his yacht up here. Privacy. Actually, sorry, let me correct that. That belongs to the ex-Mrs. Woods. She got the yacht, the house up in Jupiter, and $500 million. Yep, I'll tell you something else. Back in the day, this trip cost $2.75. My job was really, really easy. See this on the right side? That's what everything looked like. That's how Jungle Queen got the name. Hey folks, there's a tree. There's a tree over there. There's another tree. There's a bird in a tree. It was really pretty simple. They paid the workers 75 cents. Things haven't changed all that much, but we do like to do our job. Anyway, but that's what everything looked like. That's what this river, all the way up from halfway down, look, it was all jungle. That's how this got the name. So don't forget, this was established in 1935. So we're about 10 minutes or so away from our destination. Not bad.